So why did the ancient church celebrate the Lord's Supper as a meal? First reason I gave is it's a prophetic type of the marriage supper of the Lamb. What better way to typify the marriage supper of the Lamb than with a supper now? But there's more. Why else did the ancient church celebrate the Lord's Supper as a meal? Well, number two, it was a fantastic time of fellowship and community building. This can be seen in Acts 2:42, a famous verse about how the early church did things. They devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and the fellowship, to the breaking of bread, that's a reference to the Lord's Supper, and the prayers. Now, a casual reading of that verse looks like there were four things the early church was devoted to: apostles' teaching, fellowship, breaking of bread, and prayers. But actually, there's not four things here. There's only three. And you can see that in the presence or absence of the word "and." See, the word "and" is between teaching and fellowship. The word "and" is between breaking of bread and prayer. It's missing, however, between fellowship and breaking of bread. There were only three things they were devoted to. The first was the apostles' teaching. The third were the prayers. The second thing was fellowship in the breaking of bread. The fellowship, the breaking of bread, fellowship. So when they had the Lord's Supper, Luke described it as a time of fellowship. So you can tell that's completely different than how we do the Lord's Supper commonly today. So Jesus designed that the church would be edified through fellowship in the breaking of bread of the Lord's Supper as an actual meal. Luke goes on in verse 46 to say they were breaking bread in their homes. They received their food. See, the Lord's Supper is associated with food, with glad and generous hearts, praising God. So when they did the Lord's Supper in the first century, that was associated with food, gladness, and praising God. It was not a time of morbid introspection. It was not like a funeral. It was like a wedding feast. So why did the ancient church celebrate the Lord's Supper as an actual meal? First reason I gave is a prophetic type of the marriage supper of the Lamb. Second reason I just gave is it is designed, properly done, to be a wonderful time of fellowship and community building through communion. I'm Steve Atkerson, New Testament Reformation Fellowship. Thank you for watching.